Hi everybody, Rick McEvoy here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. What am I talking about on my photography blog this week? Well, the title is this. Let me tell you what the 10 types of architectural photography are. Yeah, we're going a bit deeper into architectural photography as I just turn my heating mat on because I'm getting cold. The 10 types of architectural photography are exterior architectural photography. Do you know what? I won't say architecture after everyone. So number 1 is exterior, number 2 is interior. Sounds obvious, I know. Number 3, new build. Number 4, refurbishment. Number 5, existing building. 6, buildings. 7, structures. 8, plant. 9, infrastructure. 10, construction. Okay, so what am I going on about here? Well, I'm trying to make a point that there's more than one type of architectural photography. Before I go on, who am I? Well, I'm Rick McEvoy. I'm a chartered builder. I'm an associate of the British Institute of Professional Photography, so buildings and photographing buildings is my thing, so hopefully you'll agree that I am just the person to educate you on architectural photography and also construction photography. So let's start at the very beginning. This is what I like doing because this is my subject. I know it inside out, but I still enjoy learning more about it. And if you'd asked me what the definition of architecture was, I wouldn't have known. I didn't, excuse my glasses, I didn't actually know. So this is what the Google says. Architecture is the art or practice of designing and constructing buildings. Now that's interesting that. So architecture includes the construction side. So I differentiate between architectural photography and construction photography for a very good reason. One's on live construction sites, one isn't, but they're both very similar in many other ways. So yeah, designing and constructing buildings, interesting. So let's get into those 10 different areas. First one, exterior architectural photography. What is that? That's the photographing of the outsides of buildings, and not surprisingly, probably the vast majority of my architectural photography work is just that. That's what I do the most of. And if you want to get into architectural photography, this is a great place to start because there's lots of buildings out there and there's lots of public buildings and you can photograph them. Now there is a question about are you allowed to photograph buildings, and I don't normally do shameless plugs to other things I've written, but why not? Who else is going to plug me if I can't? So if you check out the post on my blog, rickmcavoyphotography.com, it's titled, Can you sell photos of buildings? Is it illegal? If I give you the URL for that blog post, you'd be surprised, easy for me to say, surprised to find out it is rickmcavoyphotography.com / wait for it, can you sell photos of buildings, is it illegal? I know, where do I come up with these imaginative titles? That gives you a really good grounding, in all seriousness, into the legalities of photographing buildings. Same principle really, photographing to selling. It lets you know what is and isn't allowed. There's a top tip in there about churches. How do you photograph a church that's crammed full of people? You do this, you get your camera and you go like that and you tilt it up so there aren't any people in your photo. Now if you check out the blog post that accompanies, well it's not accompanying, is it? The video's accompanying the blog post. So if you check out the blog post of this title, rickmcavoyphotography.com / blog, so I got my arms folded now because I'm cross for myself for that basic error. There is a photo of Bordeaux Cathedral where I did exactly that. You wouldn't know looking at the photo that it was taken one August day in the middle of the French national holidays. It was boiling hot and it was full of people. See, all you do, camera up, tilt it, bang, done. Okay, interior architectural photography. Number 3. Sorry, that was number 2. Number 3, new build. Something I do a lot and I enjoy doing. And in this case, you are capturing the moment of the moment the building is completed and handed over to the client. In the trade, it's called practical completion. It's a wonderful thing. It's fraught with complications and difficulties and timing issues and not quite finished things and people in the background desperately doing things and skips and rubbish and all sorts. But it's good fun. Refurbishment, architectural photography. You might be surprised if you knew how many refurbishment projects are ongoing at any one time. I live in Dorset. It's not a huge area of commerce. Next county along is Hampshire. It's amazing how much refurbishment work there is. Incredible. And this is where you're taking a building and you're modifying it from its current layout, shape and form to something different to better serve its use. So in the blog post again, I've got one of my rare before and after photos of the refurbishment of a school block in Hampshire. Both photos taken from exactly the same place. And it's I love doing that, and I love being able to put them side by side. The one thing I haven't worked out yet is how you do that slidey thing that goes across like that and you go from one to the other. Might have to spend a bit of money on that. What else have we got? Existing buildings. That's pretty much that. And then you got, well, I've said buildings again. The reason I put buildings in is to differentiate from things that aren't buildings. It'll make sense, bear with. Structures. It's not just buildings. Things, I mean, can you think of a structure? Machu Picchu. I've never been there. I don't know anything about it, but I was trying to come up with an example of a structure. That was one that came up in my head. It's a worry, isn't it? Yeah, architectural photography can encompass travel photography, or travel photography can encompass, sorry I'm waffling there. Plant, architectural photography of plant. Not the stuff in the garden, big stuff on the roads. Examples of plant. These are much better. Thames Barrier, that's plant. Battersea Power Station, power generating plant. Number 9, infrastructure. Infrastructure, roads, rail, airports, canals, power generation, waste, recycling, you name it, all great subjects. Apart from the boring ones, but don't tell anybody. And finally, construction photography, possibly my favourite thing. Possibly because I'm very familiar with construction sites and I don't know many other photographers who would be as familiar as me or as qualified as me, but hey, this isn't about me blowing my own trumpet, this is about giving you some information. So that's it. Anything else I want to say? Check out my website, check out the Work With Me page, check out the construction photographer page if you found this video and the blog post interesting, because there's lots and lots more stuff there. And also, bit of a digression, bit of a self-promotion, my voice is going, not sure why, but not long to go now. Please check out my podcast, Photography Explained Podcast. Photography things explained in less than 10 minutes without the irrelevant detail. It's really good. I've just recorded episode 43, so give that a shout. Don't shout at it. Give it a check out. No, that's even worse, isn't it? Check out my podcast, and if you like it, give a nice review. If you like this video, give me these. Give me a nice comment. Get in touch. Great to hear from you. Okay, I'm done here. I'm in danger of rambling far too much. Thanks for watching. I've been Rick McEvoy. See you on the next video. Cheers from me, Rick.